Hello everybody, it's Flesson19 and welcome to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord and our test for the tactic skill. Now, it is a skill that is a little more niche than most. It does have its purposes though. While it is mainly meant for a lot of simulations, it does have other uses. There are some perks that give for regular battles. There's, of course, a lot dealing with bandits, which sometime in the future, Tail World has said that they do want the perk that goes ahead and converts bandits over to regular troops to go into the roguery branch. And also, it does contain some governor skills. So, what we are going to do is we are going to test it. I have this character here, and we are going to attack our buddy that is sitting right here. We are on realistic. We are going to see just who is left on the battlefield. We do not care about anybody that is wounded, routed, or dead. All we want to know is how many people are still standing on the battlefield. I will do it 5 times and then get the average. I have it saved exactly to this point, so it will be the same every single time. Then we are going to ramp it up to 100, do 5 more tests, 200, 5 more tests, and 300, 5 more tests. And that way we are going to know how it progresses through the skill points. So without further ado, let us get to it. So we are starting out at the very base. We just have 1 tactics. Now we will attack him 5 times. And we will now send our troops. In that victory, we had D5 left standing. Test number 2. $79. Test number 3. 85. Test number 4. 55. And our final test with 1 skill. 86. So that was an average of 72 of my troops survived that one. We will now bump it up to 100. We are now 100 skill. We took tight formations, asymmetrical warfare, horde leader, and coaching. We will now run this 5 times and see what our average is. First test, 104. Test number 2. Ooh, only 46. Test number 3. 80. Test number 4. 89. And test number 5 at 100. 67. So that was a total of 386. So this test was 77.2. Now we will ramp it up to 200 and test it again. We are now 200, and I took Swift Regroup on the march. Picked them off the walls. And Elite Reserves. This was the only one that was really debating on taking. You can either get more damage or you can get 20% less damage on tier 3 plus troops. I don't have a lot of 3 plus troops. However, for the purposes of this, I wanted to take less damage. So we will now run this again. Test number 1. 92. Test number 2. 93. Test number 3. 87. Test number 4. 106. Test number 5. 93. That comes out to 94. We will now ramp it up to 300 and run our last test. We took per battle maneuvers. This was a tough decision. This one is if you have cavalry, you want to take this one. However, if you are outnumbered or you are attacked, counter offensive is really OP. And then finally we got our great tactical mastery. Test number 1. We should be seeing hundreds. 112. Test number 2. 105. Test number 3. 106. Test number 4. 81. And our final test. 126. So that came out to 106. I'm sure if I ran more of them, it would be a much better average. However, I think for 5 of them, it really does show how well that you take less casualties the higher up you go. So let us recap. At 1 skill, we averaged 72 survivors. At 100 skill, we averaged 77 survivors. At 200 skill, we averaged 94 survivors. And at 300 skill, we averaged 106 survivors. So as you can see, as you go up, the numbers really start to increase. Now these are all going to fluctuate depending on who you're fighting, how high your tiered troops are. Most of mine in this one were really low. And I was also unrealistic. Now most people will not use tactics a lot because running simulations you will suffer more casualties and more wounded. However, you will get more prisoners. But what it's really good for is bandits. When you want to recruit some forest bandits to convert to peons, simulations will normally get you more prisoners unless you're specifically set up to run blunt damage. So I hope this helped you out to see how really awesome tactics can be if you do spend the time to get it up there in simulated battles. But even not in simulated battles, they still do offer some pretty good perks. So until next time, everybody, take care, and thanks for watching.